At the loss of an African-American legend, a hero, matriarch, icon, activist, our dearly departed sister Aretha Franklin has exited the stage one final time in a celebration featuring other giants for our quest for freedom. By the Spirit of God, Black America has now passionately come together, espousing a solid platform for change, for unity, and for action. The Queen's loud and soulful cry, respect, instantly became the battle cry for the march to emancipation for her people, who would take this serving as the theme of the ongoing home service that continued for days. The worldwide audience, who were fortunate enough to experience Aretha's talent, joined the nation in mourning this hard-working soul diva. Bill Clinton put it best. She worked her can off, he said, and work her can off she did. I'm sure many of you watching either the service or one of the many videos posted online shared the pride I felt watching her farewell. It was emotional, overwhelming, and quite sobering. We displayed a level of excellence, power, camaraderie, solidarity, and unity not witnessed since the heydays of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Some may disagree, but to see Jesse Jackson, both he and the moderator acknowledging the early stages of Parkinson's disease, we could all clearly see, slightly bent, but still determined to give this one last tribute to his most ardent supporter, his confidant, his friend, was more than moving for me. It was a reminder of how important it is, despite of what's been often said about lifestyles or family matters, that we who remain stay determined to carry on the work of those who lived in the trenches of civil rights and other movements. The Black magnitude of Black power on display at the Queen's Memorial compels those of us who can to get to work immediately and for the world to await the legacy that she left and what it can produce when we move forward working together in common unity in a purpose that's focused with determination. It matters, ladies and gentlemen, and it matters a lot. Exhibited in a manner eliminating all doubts, some of the most cherished gifts of Black America were on display. Proverbs 18:16 tells us that a man's gift makes room for him and bring him before great men. Our gifts were on display for the world as they witnessed in awe the prestigious parade of funeral directors, ministers, actors, producers, gifted singers, songwriters, orators, lawyers, doctors, and those with many other talents lent their personal, heartfelt stories confirming what we always knew about the Queen. She wasn't just an icon, a celebrity, a media image. She was from us. She was us, living some of her most precious days entwined among us. It may not be an overstatement to say that in her own quiet way, Aretha will always be the queen of a certain type of Black consciousness that can live on in our daily lives as well as in our hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings great passion that we've lost such a star. But we have the makings of a Wakanda. What you saw on display was the making of the new Wakanda. We're capable, ladies and gentlemen, when we come together, and it does matter. The resounding message from the African elites of America rang with the battle cries, African Americans, come back home. Something must be done. We've got to turn it around. We need to transform the existence of the African American experience, being Black with no apologies.
Yes, we can. Aretha sang, we can conquer hate forever. Yes, we can. Our holy, holy, oh Lord, we can rock the world's foundation. Yes, we can. Better believe it. Holy, holy, together and holy, holla love across the nation. In the midst of our nation's current moral crisis, we need again that gospel that Aretha sang.
They reflected on the once upon a time when black kids could play outside, when we used the village to raise our children, when in many places the doors to your home could be left open. They spoke of the irony of segregation, practically forcing Black America to establish their own businesses, hotels, banks, local shopping areas, a self-owned economy now almost totally disappeared. Those of us in the funeral industry play a pivotal role in what can be done to stabilize our communities in many areas, both large and small. The funeral home is often the sole remaining African-American owned establishment. You are one of the last central points of strength in our communities. You have long ties with families and churches. You deliver meaningful, visible change faster than almost anyone in your community. Working effectively with churches and other stakeholders strengthen not only your business endeavors, but also the entire African American community. Everything we do here at Cooper Professionals is infused with our Queen's battle cry, respect. This battle cry needs to be inclusive and available to all our folks. Romans 15:1 says, "When then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, and not to please ourselves." We are in a time, paradoxically, one of the both extreme vulnerability and resounding strength clearly on display during this grand send-off. Some of you have experienced the blessings flowing from the various levels of success of a well-run funeral business. Even during times of upheaval, the scarcity, we're not asking you for your money. We need your experience, seasoned perspective at the table as we build a buying force never before seen in the African American segment of the death care industry. It is all but fitting that this grand celebration to the love given through the life Queen Aretha lived with simple yet powerful grace serve as both a moment of reflection and a call to action for what we as Black funeral professionals must do. I humbly submit this spirit as unashamedly as part of what I and Cooper Professionals will present to you from this moment forward. We're grateful for those of you who have already stepped up with us and are encouraged by our growth, the support that we receive from all of your efforts. Again, this is Eddie Pitt, President and CEO of Cooper Professionals, saying in closing, something is going to change, and we need you.